Hello folks, and welcome to this week's Hi-Fi review. And for the very first time in this channel, I'm going to be reviewing a portable CD player. Who'd have thought? But yes, that's what I'm going to be doing this time around. It's by a company called, I think it's Trettitre. I'm still not 100%. I'm still not 100% sure that's how you pronounce the name of this company. I think it's Trettitre. I have already reviewed one of this company's products. I'll put a link above. It was a sort of cone-shaped Bluetooth speaker, and you can check out the review there. Anyway, this is rather different. So this is called the T-CP8 portable CD player, and it's available from the company's own online shop for a dollar price of $79.99. But I'll give you more information on prices because they do vary in a moment. Now, before I even get to the hardware, this is an interesting review. Why? Well, most people I know are busy dumping their CD collections, not looking for new ways to play them. But then there are crazy people out there like me, who actually like CDs and who want to keep their CDs and are quite happy to buy new CDs. And if you are like me, then what we have to realize is that we are now a niche market. Yep, CD is now a niche market in terms of music sales. Never thought I'd say that. So, if the customer base is a niche market, why would anyone invest serious money in building a quality portable CD player? If you're a relatively new company to produce a top quality portable CD player, you're going to have to spend serious cash on new tooling, on new parts, on skilled labor and more. For that top quality design I'm theorizing about, you'll be looking at spending, I don't know, £500 perhaps, £1,000 maybe. And then you're gonna have to know that you're gonna shift all of those players, otherwise the economics will not pan out. On the other hand, if you want to be sure to even make a small profit from this rather unstable, dying market, what do? Well, you do what you can with low-cost parts and then you hope for the best. That's what you do. And on that note, please welcome the Trettitre T-CP8 portable CD player. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over there. And here it is. It is, I suppose, in 2023 terms, rather chunky, possibly. Don't know what you feel about that, what your opinion is. Maybe you can tell me in the comments down below. Hey, question is though, will it provide a satisfactory performance considering where we are in the CD format's life? Or will it be so poor as to be unusable? Or is this thing a hidden gem? Let's find out. Now, this unit is priced around the $80 mark, as I've already said, from the company's website, but I've also seen it for sale around $60 or even €60 if you apply a coupon, especially on Amazon. In UK terms, I've seen it for £70, but keep an eye on Amazon. You never know, you might get a coupon on there as well. But hey, £70, it ain't too bad. So this is a fairly low cost unit. Out of the box, this thing weighs, well, it's fairly light at 360 grams. I don't know about you, but I would say this looks presentable at first glance, possibly, as I say, maybe slightly oversized for a portable CD player. it has a swing out lid to enable you to insert your CD disc. Although I could have done with a little, I don't know, a little indentation there just to help you as you push it. It's very smooth. There's nothing really to grab onto, so you struggle a little bit. I mean, you have to hold the actual sides of this top metal plate to do the pushing and the twisting, and you're sort of looking for somewhere to grab when you move this thing to one side. The lid itself, well, it lacks a little bit of finesse, feels a little wobbly when you fully extend it, and it's rather rough to the touch, but it does the job. Also, when you swing this lid outwards, the action itself does not stop CD play. The CD continues to play with the lid in the open position. It's also a touch difficult to remove that CD. There's not an awful lot of wriggle room in there. The base itself is a one-piece ABS plastic construction, and the interface, well, that consists of buttons and sockets around the edge here. On the front of this unit, that includes a small output window, which is, even so, pretty clear and easy to read. Moving to the right of this window, well, we eventually get to the usual transport buttons, things like play, pause, all that kind of malarkey. Now, these buttons are not the most responsive I've ever used in my time, but they're fine, they work. They just need a secure, deliberate push to get things moving. Oh, and there's a few of those short press, long press combos to access different modes like repeat current track, repeat all tracks, and that kind of thing. Around the side, there's also a 2-button volume control, pairing for the built-in Bluetooth facility to send the music to your headphones or a Bluetooth speaker. And incidentally, Bluetooth has a range of 8 to 10 meters. Just here is a USB-C charging port that offers 12 hours of CD play or 8 hours of Bluetooth use, while charging takes around 3 hours from flat. Just here is a 3.5mm headphone port, and next to that is a power button to turn the unit on and off. Now, if this thing is powered on and you don't use it, in about 2 minutes of that non-use, this thing will switch itself off automatically. Now, there is no remote control with this one, which might be an issue for some, I admit. A remote control may have alleviated the slightly awkward onboard interface. Now, when I say awkward interface, what I mean is sometimes you have to go hunting for the buttons around the side. You're thinking, where is that play button? You kind of do that sometimes. It would have been nicer if they were on the top, so you could see the buttons immediately as you look down on this player. Oh, and if you play it vertically, it works fine. In fact, if you turn the thing upside down, it works fine. And if you shake it all about, it works fine. There are no reliability issues with this player. Now, the company doesn't recommend any of those weird positioning, but I did test them, and it's fine. So this is a budget portable CD player. So all of those little issues are not massive. They're not deal-breaking. They can be maybe possibly slightly irritating to some users, but it's fine. This is a budget unit, and all of those little irritations are just that. They're not massive issues. What might be a massive issue is if this thing sounds terrible. So how does this portable CD player, the Trettitre T-CP8, actually sound? Well, let's go to the sound quality tests and we'll find out. And welcome to the sound quality tests for the Trettitre T-CP8 portable CD player. And for reference, I chose my late 90s era Panasonic SL-SX410, which you will see here is rather used and battered. It's been well loved, as you might say. This particular one sounds slightly warming with a rather detailed mid-range and good quality bass. I also grabbed my classic Sennheiser HD650 headphones and began with Icelandic prog, because that's what you do when you review portable CD players. You play Icelandic prog. Everyone knows about that, don't they? Don't they? Pelican, for it is they, are described as prog pop by the label RPM. And I listened to the 1974 album Up Technia, I think that's how you pronounce it, and a cheery, sort of John Hegley-esque little ditty called My Glasses. This one features double-tracked vocals, electric and bass guitars, drum, piano, there's a little bit of analog synth in there, and familiar to those who are interested in the works of Mozart, I'm sure, a kazoo. So, first impression of the Trettitre portable CD player. How do I put this? I was, well, for the price, I was shocked. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Shocked. Using this particular track, the Pelican sound source, which was a relatively neutral mix, the T-CP8 provided a very creditable sound indeed. I did hear a slight mid-range emphasis. There was a little peak around the mid-range, and that did reduce after a long run-in, but it did remain just slightly. It's not a big problem, I have to add, and most people probably won't even notice it. Mid-range is also slightly lacking in body. It's just a little bit thin, again, just a little bit, especially during high-energy sequences. But for the price, and we must remember the price, that effect is really no big deal. What impressed me here, and I really was impressed with this unit, shock horror, was the sense of clarity across the midband. There's still plenty of detail on offer here. The open nature of the mid-range and the reverb tails that hung off the treble were impressive. Cymbal taps were surprisingly delicate, with lots of high-frequency information available to the ear. Bass wasn't amazing, but it remained good. It gave a good account of itself. It provided a solid foundational support during the sound tests for this portable CD player. I then switched to jazz and the wonderful Blossom Dearie and her album, The Adorable Blossom Dearie, because Blossom Dearie is quite adorable. This particular CD is from the L label, and I played the track Deed I Do. The clarity across the midband helped the ear to lock on to subtle guitar strum effects and the rather low-key piano, while the vocals sounded smooth and relaxed. There was quite a complex middle 8 section, a guitar solo in there, but that was pretty easy to track by the ear. In fact, I rather enjoyed listening to this particular CD. The vocal flowed with ease, and Dearie's piano tinkled without any effort, and the music itself was pretty relaxing, I must say. I thought that the Panasonic veiled the mid-range when you compare it to the Trettitre anyway. I felt that the Panasonic rolled off the mid-range a little bit. There was some slight veiling because it was rather warming in its sound quality. So for the Trettitre, I appreciated the clarity of the mid-range. Hand in hand with that was the delicacy of the treble. Same thing, the Panasonic, although it's an excellent unit, it's a late 90s unit, I felt that the Trettitre had superior delicacy in the treble area. The bass on the Trettitre was decent. It wasn't amazing, but it certainly was not bad. It was good, it was solid, and I liked it indeed. So that's basically your sound tests. How do I sum up this review? Well, let me give you a few final thoughts, then I'll do some pros and cons, and then I'll give you a rating. Now, Now, let me add a quick caveat here. Let's not get carried away. This is not a genius giant killer. All of my comments are mitigated by the price, and the price is dominant in this particular review, because without that low price, well, I probably would be putting the boot in right now. I am not, because we're talking about a portable CD player of around 60 to 70 pounds, euros, dollars, whatever. So even though the design and the build quality might not be perfect, I appreciate Tretitre's efforts to produce something a little different from the usual retro-esque look that you will see all over Amazon. This particular one looks different. It is unique in that respect, and I appreciate that. The company Trettitre has, as I say, gone to some effort. More than that, this portable CD player sounds, again, for the price, very nice indeed. More than even that the T-CP8 provides anywhere near a good sound in 2023 is, in my opinion, quite remarkable. That I'm even recommending a new portable CD player in 2023 is, to me, astounding. I have to say, this particular unit is a fun portable device, built to a price, yes, but one that sounds excellent for that price. The Trettitre T-CP8 will keep your CD collection active while on the move, and of course, you could just use it on a desk. It's also to be used as a small footprint CD player. Don't forget that. Finally, it will provide another excuse for you to hang on to those little silver discs. I know I will be. Pros and cons. In the good section, and as I say, dominating this review, is the price. In the grand scheme of things, this is a decent budget price, especially when you take into consideration the sound quality. And talking about sound quality, I was very impressed by the mid-range clarity. My reference Panasonic, well, compared to that, I felt that the Panasonic was slightly veiling in the mid-range area compared to the Trettitre. In the bad section, well, like I say, I am not going to put the boot in here. Yes, there are build quality issues, but hey, look at the price tag. And also, well, there may be just a tad of emphasis in the mid-range area, but I am being picky here, which means that I will be giving this particular portable CD player an award. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 and a groovy. Congratulations to Trettitre. And that's your lot. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. And down below, if I could ask you if you'd be so kind to click the subscribe and like buttons, it will help this particular channel. Further down, I'll put a link to Trettitre if you want to investigate the CD player even more. If you want to buy it from their website, you can do that down yonder. And there are other links to my website and also my Facebook group, and you can join that. You're very welcome to. My Patreon page is down there too. If you can support me on Patreon, helps to fund this channel, keeps it going, and there are exclusive bits and pieces over in Patreon as well that you won't find anywhere else. I'll be back on Friday with hi-fi news, etc. Hope to have your company then. Until that time, folks, bye-bye for now.